Good morning and welcome to St Mary's Church in Wargrave in Berkshire. Now today we are here to visit the final resting place of an actor who spent many years on stage and film. Now I don't know too much about this actor. All I know is where we are, it's absolutely beautiful. There's a big marquee behind me, so there's some kind of fete or something going on this weekend here. It's a beautiful, beautiful churchyard. Very small again, unfortunately, but the church is quite large. But what I shall do is I shall spin you around. We'll have a little look around this churchyard because it is very nice. I'll try and film as much as possible while I'll tell you a little bit about actor Robert Morley.
Sensitive. Good evening.
Good evening.
What was I going to say? What have you come on with Orson Welles' book for?
Peter gave it me. I hadn't read it. I'm fascinated by Orson Welles and any free gifts.
Actually, Robert, we should have your son on here tonight because I believe Sheridan once said you would have made an excellent pope. What is your reply to that?
I don't know why he said I would have made. I think if he'd taken a more positive attitude and said I may make a very excellent pope. I'm very young to be pope still. Oh. I'm only 61 and popes usually about 70 when they start. There's slight trouble that I'm not a Roman Catholic, but I indeed don't believe in any religion. But if they insisted that I should become pope,
yes,
I would submit. Yes, I would like a go at pope. I'd like a go at most things. I think it would be very nice, very pretty town, Rome, and I could do a good deal. I would probably be the last pope.
Robert Adolph Wilton Morley was born in Semley, Wiltshire, England, the son of Gertrude Emily née Fass and Robert Wilton Morley, a major in the British Army. His mother came from a German family that had emigrated to South Africa. Morley attended Wellington College, Berkshire, which he hated, followed by RADA. As he was a famous old Wellingtonian, generations of headmasters tried to contact him without success, with Morley stating, "The only reason for me visiting Wellington would be to burn it down." Morley made his West End stage debut in 1929 in Treasure Island at the Strand Theatre and his Broadway debut in 1938 in the title role of Oscar Wilde at the Fulton Theatre. Although soon won over to the big screen, Morley remained both a busy West End star and successful author, as well as appearing in touring productions. A versatile actor, especially in his younger years, he played Louis XVI in Marie Antoinette 1938, for which he received an Academy Award nomination as Best Supporting Actor. He co-wrote several plays for the stage. His 1937 play Goodness How Sad was turned into an Ealing Studios film Return to Yesterday 1940, directed by Robert Stevenson. Later he had outstanding success in London and New York with Edward My Son, a gripping family drama written in 1947 in collaboration with Noel Langley. Morley played the central role of Arnold Holt, but in the disappointing film version, Spencer Tracy was miscast, turning Holt, an unscrupulous English businessman, into a blustering Canadian expatriate. Edward My Son 1949 was directed by George Cukor for MGM British. Morley's acting career continued with roles as a missionary in The African Queen 1951, The Story of Gilbert and Sullivan 1953 as W.S. Gilbert, and in Oscar Wilde 1960. In 1959 he appeared in an Alfred Hitchcock Presents adaptation of a Stanley Ellin short story entitled Speciality of the House. Ken Anakin's Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines was released 16th of June 1965. In the British period comedy film, Morley is featured among an international ensemble cast including Stuart Whitman, Sarah Miles, Terry Thomas, James Fox, Red Skelton, Benny Hill, Jean-Pierre Cassel, Ferd Probe and Alberto Sordi. The film, revolving around the craze of early aviation circa 1910, is about a pompous newspaper magnate, Morley, who is convinced by his daughter Miles and her fiancé Fox to organise an air race from London to Paris. A large sum of money is offered to the winner, hence it attracts a variety of characters who participate. Morley also personified the conservative Englishman in many comedy and caper films. He was the face of BOAC, later British Airways. as the merry television commercial spokesman of the 1970s with "We'll take good care of you" for British Airways. During the 1980s, Morley hosted a celebrity cooking show on cable TV, Celebrity Chefs. In 1980, Morley hosted the 14-episode Canada television anthology series Ladykillers. Morley was honoured by being the first King of Moomba, appointed by the Melbourne Moomba Festival Committee, and in typically humility, he accepted the crown in bare feet. Morley was in Australia touring his one-man show, The Sound of Morley. In his book British Film Character Actors, Terence Pettigrew wrote, "Morley, who was more wobbly chins than a Shanghai drinking club, enjoys poking fun at life's absurdities, among whom he generously includes himself. He was the subject of This Is Your Life in 1974 when he was surprised by Eamon Andrews." Robert Morley married Joan Buckmaster 1910-2005, a daughter of Dame Gladys Cooper. Their elder son, Sheridan Morley, became a writer and critic. They also had a daughter, Annabel, and another son, Wilton. He was godfather to the eldest son of fellow actor Tom Chatto. Morley was appointed Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE, in 1957, and was also offered a knighthood in 1975 but declined. Morley lived for decades in Wargrave, Berkshire. Morley died in Reading, England, from a stroke aged 84 on the 3rd of June 1992. He is buried in the churchyard of St Mary's in Wargrave, Berkshire, which is where we are today.
Well, that's all the information I could get on Robert Morley. But as you heard, he had quite an extensive career. Now, when I came in here, I knew I was looking for a ashes interment because I knew he'd been cremated. And I was looking over in the cremated section, and then it dawned on me that the walls around the edge of this churchyard are completely adorned with plaques. So I've got a feeling he's on one of these plaques. And in my memories, I'm sure I saw a photograph of a bench behind which there was a big plaque on the wall. I'm sure it was Robert Morley. And immediately to my left, there is a bench with two grey granite plaques behind it. And they look very familiar. So I've got a feeling that is where his ashes are interred. So what I'll do is I'll spin you around and we'll go and have a look together. Well, here's a bench just in front of me. Now I'm sure, if my memory serves me, his plaque is behind. Oh, yes, it is. I can see his name on it. Right, it's just behind, directly behind this bench. And here it is. Robert Morley, 1908 to 1992. And also Joan Morley, 1910 to 2005. Well, that is the final resting place of Robert Morley. Well, his ashes will be interred at the base of the wall here, but this is his memorial plaque. Well, that was the final resting place of Robert Morley. It's an absolutely beautiful churchyard. Lovely fields right next to it where they're holding some kind of event, some summer fete or something like that. I'm not sure if this is a village, Wargrave. I think it might be a village, but if it is, it's quite a large one or a small town. But it's a beautiful place to be buried. And as you can hear, and as you've heard probably as I'm walking around, the birds really don't like me being here because they've probably got hatchlings in nests up here. Every time I go near a tree, they start shouting at me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It does help the channel to grow. And if you like the content, then maybe consider subscribing. And if you do decide to subscribe, then don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. But anyway, that's it for Robert Morley. And that's it for me, Darren, in Wargrave, Berkshire. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.